You see guys using stats and using ShotLink data to their advantage. I had to kind of catch up with the times and not be so stubborn.
It's like getting a smartphone.
Exactly. I stuck to the flip phone for a long time.
It was an impressive run last season to the FedEx St. Jude from Lucas Glover. The short game was working, the full swing was working, the putting was working. Lou Stagner has more.
Thanks, Shane. When I'm not helping coach the Princeton men's golf team, you can usually find me in here, combing through ShotLink. And I can tell you, I did find some incredible stats surrounding Lucas Glover's win.
8-9.
Lead strokes gained approach, so no one is hitting their irons better than Glover.
Lucas, as we're looking at your defense of the FedEx St. Jude, what do you remember about the week? What kind of comes to mind as you think about that win?
I do remember my long game not really being there on the weekend. And I've talked a lot about that with some junior players is, you know, how do I lower my scores the quickest? They go, well, your short game. I say, well, why? I said, because you're not going to have your swing every day. They go, well, you guys do. I said, no, we don't. But what we do well is we manage our games and we rely on our short game and we're not hitting the ball well.
And our leader, Lucas Glover, has got a downhiller here. That tee shot went right over the top of the flagstick. Oh.
At FedEx last year, my short game was really good and kept me in it and eventually got me into the playoff.
I'm going to go ahead and clean up.
And Lucas Glover goes back-to-back, including the opening leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Are you a guy that looks week to week at your ShotLink data? Do you look at it day to day, or do you let somebody else kind of take care of it?
If there's something I need to know, like, man, what's going on?
Gotcha.
I'll deep dive. Or if it's one of those where, wow, I hadn't been to this course or I hadn't played here lately, it's where do I miss? And you think some of it's common sense, like don't short side yourself, but a lot of times the short side you might be chipping up a hill.
Right.
May have been a missed green, but a smart missed green with an uphill chip shot. It's only 12 yards wide in this little space.
I'm trying to look into this data a little more and use ShotLink to my advantage, especially around the greens.
A lot of people talked about your putting that week at the FedEx St. Jude. We want to dive into your pitching and your chipping, and Lou's got some great numbers on that.
Okay.
Lucas's short game was dialed in that week.
Grab.
Beautifully played.
That was confident.
In chipping from the fairway, he hit 7 of 9 chips inside 3 feet 8 inches, and all 9 of those chips inside 5 feet 5 inches. That is how you avoid dropping shots and make a bunch of birdies.
But for me, I fight the same thing in my pitching and chipping as I do in my full swing. I kind of get a little too far this way as a drawer. I kind of get on my right side a lot, so I have to preset myself onto my left foot a little more. So it almost looks like an old school putting stance, kind of weights about 70-30. And after that, it's just a mini swing. Okay. Don't be afraid to use that pivot. I always want my belt buckle finishing at the target, and we just don't want it to fall back at all.
There you go. Oh, nice.
We take all of the information, all of the data, all of the things we're given that are outside of this little circle where we hit the shot. We compute all that over here. We walk in, and then it's just execute.
So that final group out there playing the first, Lucas Glover, his third here at the opener. How about that start?
There you go.
Hello. Come on now.
You said you don't like to take a lot of information in. I got good news. We got a guy that does, so let's dive back into Lou.
All right.
You don't need a powerful computer to tell you that getting up and down 20 of 21 times is impressive. And hitting over half your chips inside 35 inches definitely helps.
Yeah, this tells me my short putting was good, and I hit a lot of chips and pitches to have short putts. So short game was very good this week, and the data proves it.
Is this about as good a scrambling week as you've had that you can remember?
I think so, especially under the gun, because most of this was on the weekend, because I striped it Thursday, Friday. But seeing this data, very impressive under the gun Saturday, Sunday in a big tournament.
This is Glover for birdie. No problem there. The routine is pretty quick. He's showing a lot of confidence.
All the stats and all the data prove you do have to be tidy around the greens because it usually blows a little bit. So short game's got to be tidy, and those are the things we know.
All right, one more try. Let's go.
All right.
See if we can get the last one in. This is like 72nd hole. Cameras everywhere.
Got pressure.
Millions of fans out.
Millions.
Everybody quiet over there. Oh, ooh, that was really close.
Man.
There you go. See,
Hey.
you just do that.
On the 72nd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it.